take some photos to sort of measure yourself against, because even though your weight might be the same, the composition might change. I'll definitely say start taking measurements of specific body parts, because again, like your weight might be staying the same, but your arms might be growing, which would indicate muscle growth, things like that. They provide benefits that you won't get from small group, for like the cardio benefits and for your lungs and your VO2 max and things like that. You're just going to develop way quicker in a full hour class like that than you would just smash.
Okay, we're back with another podcast this week. Back with Chris. 3 weeks in a row. Look at us being consistent. How's everything going, Chris?
Not too shabby. How are you?
Yeah, decent. Busy, but good. Looking at kind of the last week, what's been going on with training? What have you got coming up? Life in general? And
training's been going well. The Ultra Spartan, did my 20-mile run in the rain. Disgusting. The grip strength training is going well, but I cannot wait for it to be over. I'm so sick of hanging around. And then I'm just getting ready for my holiday on Friday.
Where are you off to?
To Tenerife. Fun. Siam Park.
Look at us with the shared birthday weekend.
Yeah, look at that. What are you doing for your birthday?
I've got a little trip to Go Ape, which will be good fun, good laugh.
Oh, mate, Go Ape's so good.
And then just a chill one, I think. Unlike you.
Unlike me. Yeah. How's everything going along with the move behind the scenes?
Yeah, no, looking good. Just spent too much money on flooring and stuff. But other than that, it's going all good. I think we're looking at mid-October, which will be nice. Launched Pilates this week, and I think we've had 20 sign-ups for that already. So that'll be a great addition for people to pair with their small group PT training as well. And then going ahead is the Forge Kids stuff as well, which will be an exciting announcement once that comes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so other than that, Forge HQ looks good. Let's have a little look and chat about kind of how things have been going around here with the members and stuff like that. And talk to me about how people are finding our training this week.
Yeah, so far so good. People are enjoying the programs at the moment. Well, I say that. Enjoy might be a bit of a strong word, but we're getting through them. Movement's looking better. People are getting results. All happy days. Not many people hurting themselves either, which is always a positive.
Big positive.
But yeah, I'm quite excited to move HQs and reprogram the place.
Yeah, I think the nice thing about the new HQ is currently we've got a space which is designed for one-to-ones really, and that can feel a little bit cramped at times, I guess. With the new place, people are going to have about 12 squares on the flooring just to themselves per rack. So the space for programming and to actually have a space that they stay in for the whole session is going to be a game changer, in my opinion, from a programming point of view, a safety point of view, and also results and feeling in a little bit more confident in the environment, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a game changer. I'm just at this point now where I just want to kind of get on with it. I feel like we're in this stage where for the next 10 days I can't do anything. I just want to get the keys and start, if that makes sense. But hey ho. What's your thing you're most looking forward to with the new HQ?
Oh, definitely the fact that everything's going to be on one floor, and there's going to be so much more space as well, so much more room for activities. From a programming point of view, I feel like there's going to be a lot more options that we can do. I'm also going to enjoy the fact that we're not going to have many neighbours. Not many headaches about parking and things like that. And the drive is a lot nicer for myself as well, so that's always a bonus.
It's a win-win. Win.
Absolutely, a win for
the members, win for you. Happy days. Okay, we're back after a little cut. Chris. I think the new HQ is going to be a game changer for us, but also for clients. What I wanted to talk about is the hybrid sessions and how we're going to develop them. And a lot of people kind of stick to what they know and stick to what's safe. A lot of people have access to come to hybrids, but stick with their small groups because they know kind of what's going on in them. What do you think is, I guess, the reason for people being a little bit, scared to jump into the hybrids, and potentially, what would you say to someone who's maybe thought about it but thinks, I can't do it, I'm not strong enough or fit enough?
I think definitely they get a bit of a reputation, and they get a bit of a name about how scary they're going to be and how difficult they're going to be. Like the Centre Saturdays, for example. I know they're our hardest class. They're supposed to be semi-scary, but like we get people being like, I don't know if I'm fit enough to do that. And you're never going to develop that fitness if you don't come along and try it. It's not just going to develop on its own. Yeah. And actually the hybrid classes, like they provide benefits that you won't get from small group, for like the cardio benefits and for your lungs and your VO2 max and things like that. You're just going to develop way quicker in a full hour class like that than you would just smashing the weights about. I think people should come along. They should just try it. Worst case, we're here. We can adapt the sessions for you. Like, that is why we're here. We're not going to make you do something that clearly is too hard. Yeah, I think people sort of over dramatize how difficult they can be sometimes.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think maybe they got like really, really hard like a year and a half ago, to a point where they were probably like, okay. And maybe that's where they got the rep from. And then now they're kind of they're programmed with the small groups. There's benefits to doing it, right?
Yeah.
And we talked about last week, your schedule and not overtraining, but from a point of view for training for the members, someone who's listening to this, maybe they're looking to train 4 times a week. They've got access to small group, they've got access to hybrid, and maybe they've got access to Pilates. What kind of schedule do you think they should potentially look at?
I think it definitely depends on their goals and where they are currently. But for your general 90% of clientele that we're going to get, some mix of the 3 would be if I had to do 4 sessions per se. Say I've got strength goals, for example, and I'm already quite fit, I would do 2 small groups, a hybrid and a Pilates class, because then you've got everything covered. That is your strength base and your injury prevention and things like that. And then your hybrid class will help with your fitness and your energy systems and things like that. And then you also get the mobility with the Pilates, which will help across different kinds of movements, help not sort of impede you. Yeah, but then again, if you're someone who's maybe a bit stronger and you're looking to try to develop the cardio, maybe do a small group less and replace it with a hybrid or something. But it's definitely some mix of the 3, I would say.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think we're seeing a lot of that, and I had a lot of discussions with people. And I think something for us to be doing is maybe adjusting our class times slightly come to new HQ to allow people to be able to do a hybrid, go straight into Pilates, or Pilates into a hybrid or small group or whatever, so times match up a bit better. Because a lot of people were saying, oh, I'll double up. And I think that could be quite useful, especially if their muscles are already warm. Going into Pilates class could be beneficial. You know, you see it with hot yoga and all that kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, looking around this week, there was a few topics I wanted to bring up. I quite like using this podcast as a chance to just talk clients and what they're struggling with. And the one that's come up this week that I haven't heard in a while is the whole weight discussion.
The good old weight discussion.
I overheard it in the gym, and I won't drop any names. But the discussion was my weight's gone down by 0.1 of a kilo, but my fat's gone down 0.4 of a kilo. I don't get it. Kind of, if you can, like, just talk about this, and I'll jump in as well. Because I think it's something that we need to do our best to try and cover.
Yeah, because this is one that comes up over and over again. It comes up with clients who've been coming for years. It comes up with newbies. Your weight is broken up into 3 things. That is your body fat, your muscle mass, and your water. And that is what makes it all up. So these things, like water, for example, will fluctuate all the time. It's why we don't really care about your weight as a measurement. We care more about the composition. We look more in detail about muscle mass and body fat mass. Your weight will go up and down based on how many calories you're burning and consuming. So if you're in a caloric surplus, you'll gain weight. If you're in a caloric deficit, you'll lose weight. Your body composition more goes off of how much you're exercising, what you're eating, things like that in a little bit more detail. So I don't know, you could have a really good week food-wise, but if you haven't trained a lot, maybe you won't gain a lot of muscle, just as an example. And I think people do get way too obsessed with the wrong numbers in weight.
Yeah, 100%. I totally agree. And Okay, and let's talk about let's say someone doesn't have access to the body scanning tech. I don't know. They're using scales. What's the best way to go about kind of weighing themselves, and how should they compare day-to-day data or week-to-week data? Let's go with a 35-year-old woman kind of thing, because we've got hormones to deal with as well there.
Absolutely. I would definitely say weigh yourself at the same time every single time you weigh, whether that be first thing in the morning, last thing in the evening. First thing in the morning is probably best, personally, I would say. I would definitely say take some photos to sort of measure yourself against, because even though your weight might be the same, the composition might change. I'll definitely say start taking measurements of specific body parts, because again, like your weight might be staying the same, but your arms might be growing, which would indicate muscle growth, things like that. I would say don't necessarily go day to day, maybe go week to week. But even so, if you're a 35-year-old woman, you've got hormones to deal with, compare 4 weekly cycles, I would say.
Yeah, I completely agree. The 4 weekly cycle is something that we see a lot of, that people compare week to week, and obviously you've got the 28-day cycle with women. Water's going up, water's going down, hormones are changing constantly. You need to be comparing month to month effectively. Otherwise, you're just going to beat yourself up. Back into a table, put the graphs together, see what's going on. It's a whole carb thing as well. When we eat carbs, 200 grams of carbs is going to be 800 grams in weight because of the water retention as well. So there's so many reasons that your weight will go up, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
What matters is that, am I getting stronger? How are my clothes fitting? How are my photos looking? And how am I feeling? I think those 4 things are crucial. And if those are all positives, and your weight's kind of irrelevant. I always say that photo you take on the beach in Mexico or the Caribbean or Spain or wherever it is, you don't write on that photo, I weighed 61 kilos. You associate that photo of how you feel.
Yeah.
So stop sitting there going, oh, I need to be 60 kilos for my holiday. Go, I need to feel confident for my holiday. And what will make me feel confident? Oh, being a size 8, being a size 10. I think too many people get caught up on just that scale number.
Yeah, and I never really understand that one, because someone will be like, for example, oh, my goal is to get underneath, 70 kilos. I'm like, what's so special about 70? Why not 69? Why not 71? Why not 70.5? Why specifically that number? What's going to be so different? You're going to be a kilo lighter. Maybe mentally there's something to it,
but then you just, you go on holiday and you're 70.2, you feel like you failed and not reached your goal.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though if I was to whack you in a sauna now and drop you 2 kilos, you'll look exactly the same.
Yeah, but I bet you'll feel a whole lot worse.
Yeah,
all dehydrated.
100%. So I think those of you, and it's not just one specific person. Like, so many people struggle with this. Is start looking at other things rather than just weight. And even body scanners are great, but they're not the be all and end all. How you're feeling, like your body scan shouldn't be deciding your check-in.
No, definitely not.
If what you're doing is the good stuff and you're doing the right stuff, you're doing your steps, you're doing your calories, blah, 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 the results will come. They just might not come instantly.
Yeah, but the amount of times that I'll have a check-in that's like, oh, I've had a great week, my steps were on point, my sleep was bang on, food was great, but training was going well, scan was terrible, so they've marked the week as really bad. I'm like, hang on a minute, you're building up all these great habits. This is all within your control. Like, you're smashing your side of things. So then something that fluctuates, goes up and down, you're letting this ruin your perception of progress. I think it's harmful, like, mentally, personally.
Yeah, I completely agree. And then you just end up not training, or you say, fuck it, excuse my language, and you don't bother tracking or something like that, and all your habits fall off. And then maybe a week later you get that delayed scan and it's good, and then a week later, because you get another delayed scan, it's bad again because you cocked up the habits again. I think consistency and stacking habits is the key across a 4 or 5 week period, and you'll see the results across 4 or 5 weeks, 100%.
Yeah, like I've had 2 pretty terrible scans back to back. Like, muscle stayed the same, weight stayed the same, fat's gone up, even though training has been absolutely dialed in, food's been dialed in, sleep's been dialed in. if I threw my toys out of the pram, I would be cancelling my ultra right now.
Yeah.
I'll forget the fundraiser. Like, I'm done. No, see you later. Like, all off the back of bad scan. Like, I don't feel bad. I feel good, which is why we're kind of ignoring that.
Yeah.
As we say, it's not the be all and end. It happens to us as well. Right?
Yeah. Who'd have thought it? Yeah. No, you mentioned a fundraiser there. Talk to me about that.
I did. Yes. So we have, between the four of us, between
four.
Yeah, between the two of us, we're running 4 races between now and the end of the year. We have, the first one is the Spartan Ultra, the 50k that I'm training for, in 3 weeks' time, October 4th. Then Daniel has a Hyrox Solos
Birmingham.
I want to say that's 26th
I think so,
October. Late in October, and then we're both running a solo Hyrox London in December. The target is to try and raise £1,000 between now and then to a charity of your guys' choosing. There'll be a vote towards the end of the year to decide what we're going to do with the money. I think it's going to go to a great cause either way.
100%.
Makes suffering through those obstacles a little bit better.
I am not doing that ultra. But
I always next year.
Yeah. But I think it'll be we might split it between like 2 or 3 charities, might be just one, but we'll put together and give you guys the chance to vote on it. I think we're already at like 250 quid, which is pretty mad.
Yeah.
Community here at Forge is like insane, but we'll pop the link in the bio as well for you guys if you do want to get involved. Anything's mostly greatly appreciated. So that would be quite cool. What's on the agenda once you're back from Tenerife, Chris?
Or once we're back, we have a whole batch of new programs to do, getting ready for the new place as well. The final sort of batch of training, tapering week, and yeah, just sessions whilst we're here. How about yourself? Any final deals of the move?
I think we're going to launch a last hurrah session here, and that'll be on the 10th of October in the morning. I think we'll do come, train. I might even get some pastries.
Yes.
Do a big hurrah session and get people to whack a dumbbell in a trailer, grab a floor tile, that kind of thing. But other than that, it's a very not a weird time, if that makes sense, but for me at the moment, it's all about the members, and it always is, but making just sure that everyone's happy, everyone's enjoying their training, everyone's getting results. I don't want it to become we're moving in 5 weeks, so let's forget about you. It's still wholly about them, and then making them a better space as well at the new place. But making sure that we don't forget them and stuff like that. And let's talk systems, because we talked systems last night. Me and Chris were voice noting at God knows what time, and the upgrades we make behind the scenes that people aren't seeing. But I think they're definitely feeling it.
Yeah.
Talk to them about kind of your new role at Forge and kind of what it's entailing and what you're kind of up to.
So I've got a big focus coming on member retention specifically. New guys that join the gym, guys that have been training for a little while, chasing people up who haven't been training in a little while, maybe seeing sort of why. Making we've been talking systems recently. I'm trying to think what we were talking last night.
Yeah, it's we always found that the guys in the gym that have been coming for years, they know the gym, they know the ins and outs, but the new people coming into the gym, one, there was not a communication issue, but because there's so much to learn, and what's testing week, what's this, what's that, we're making sure that people are getting a lot more touch points. I think we worked out across 6 weeks, they're getting 29 one-to-one touch points. They're getting the check-ins, all that kind of stuff, and just making sure that people get a better result. How we can get people a better result in the 6 weeks. And we're definitely seeing members are feeling happier. We're getting better results, a better buzz in training, and people also, the attendance is going up. I always said we didn't want sleeping members, people who pay a membership and don't turn up. You may as well be David Lloyd.
Yeah.
Throw the stones. But yeah, we want people actually using their membership, because that's the point of it, right? So I kind of think that's where you're at the moment. And yeah, how have you been finding that?
Yeah, it's definitely something different, pushing me out of my comfort zone at times, but I'm quite happy doing it. I've gotten a little bit more settled into it now. And yeah, I'm just excited to see what we can do with the new place, with everything in place. But also from like a behind the scenes point of view as well, for us, like having all of this in place, like everything feels like it flows a lot smoother. I feel like we're facing less issues that are like easily solvable, things like that, like little headaches and annoyances, putting out little fires, which gives us more time to focus on growing the place and focus on everyone's experience. So
Yeah, I've always said that the bigger we get, I actually want the bigger we get, the more personable it feels. I don't know if that made sense, but like you often see a business grow or a gym grow, and they grow, but the personal aspect gets lost. But how I kind of look at it as the bigger we get, the more team we can have. Yeah, you're now in a role where you're coaching, yes, and you're the face of the coaching, but also you've got hours where it's just all about looking after the clients. Before, we never had that.
Yeah.
Before, I didn't have time to spend 10 hours just chatting with clients, making sure they're good, that kind of stuff. Whereas now we've got bigger, we've got 145 members or whatever it is now, but they're getting more touch points and more personal aspect. And I think even with the new HQ, that yes, it's a bigger space, but it'll be more personal than ever. You know, there's going to be a coffee space, people can go and sit and chat. You know, we can go and have a chat with them and just catch up. How was your weekend? That kind of stuff. And that's what I want Forge to become, not just a place you train at, a place, you know, you make friends, you look forward to coming to, that kind of stuff. And I think all these little changes we're making, and I'm sure my members will be like, Dan, you just keep spamming us for stuff.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Pilates this, Forge Kids this. And I just want it to become a space where it's not just about training, it's about having everything under one roof. You've got training, yes, you've got Pilates, yeah, you can bring your kids to work out, you can grab a coffee after, you can go for a chat, you can go for a walk after. We've got our run clubs. And I think that's such a nice aspect to have. And we've got all these touch points out of the gym, which a lot of gyms are just a training space.
Yeah. Like we had someone come to a run club the other day, actually, didn't we? That was like, oh, we did this in Centre Saturday, but I knew I struggled. I've never ran before. Oh, I'll give it a go. And actually hated the entire thing. But then at the end, it was all smiles. We grabbed a coffee, grabbed a pastry, and actually it was a great way to spend Sunday morning.
Yeah, 100%. On that topic, Sunday, run club, 9 a.m. It's birthday run club. My birthday run club. Bring me pastries. I'm there. Chris is in Tenerife, hungover. We'll call him.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think that we're really, I don't know, I always say it, Forge is everywhere. Forge going global.
To the moon.
But yeah, no, definitely seeing little changes from our side of things, as well as, you know, clients getting a better experience.
Yeah, that's the aim, right?
Yeah, 100%. But if you guys have enjoyed this podcast, just me and Chris just waffling, we'll be back next week. Chris can tell us about everything you got up to in Tenerife. And we'll cover any topics you guys want. Just drop us a message and we'll go through it. If you want to learn more about the Forge HQ Founders Offer, this is the cheapest Forge is ever going to be. Drop us a message with the word HQ, whether that's on Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, wherever, and I'll get the info all over to you. And if you're a current member and you're thinking about telling a friend, don't keep it to yourself. Tell them. There's a free t-shirt up for grabs on that as a referral award, as always. Or maybe you're just looking at Pilates. Just drop us a message and we'll get back to you. Cheers.